And welcome back. We are live in Prescott for the 10-year anniversary of the Granite Mountain Hotshot tragedy. 10 years ago today, 19 hotshots perished in a fire that overtook them. Today's ceremony just wrapped up a little while ago. Folks are now packing up and heading home, but it was a very somber, a very emotional ceremony, a very beautiful ceremony honoring those men who passed. And one of those who spoke today was Ryder Ashcraft. He is the 16-year-old son of Andrew Ashcraft, who passed away. He was only 6 years old at the time. We're going to listen in to what he had to say.
So, picture a dark room. Peaceful, quiet. Then picture my dad, Andrew, 6. That's how old I was during this memory. And I wish I could remember what I was thinking about at the time, whatever sweet dream I may have been having. But he shook me awake and spoke softly, making sure not to wake my 2 brothers. And he told me, "Son, you're the man of the house while I'm gone. Take care of our family, protect Mom, and I love you." How could I have known that I would never hear his voice again? His words to me in the quiet of my room that night don't symbolize the same thing anymore. Instead, they're now his final message to me. Those words will now stick with me for the rest of my life, and they have built the foundation for the life I now live.
Some beautiful, beautiful words there from Ryder, and he is joining us now with his entire family. Mom, Juliann, we've got sisters and 2 brothers. You all look so beautiful today.
Ryder, why don't you introduce us to the rest of your family here?
Okay, so this is my mom, Juliann. She guides the whole pack. This is my sister Shiloh, my brother Tate, and my little brother Choice.
Now who's the class clown in this family?
That
really?
one.
Oh, very good.
Guys. Are you so proud of your son today?
I'm so proud of all my kids. You know, they have really just thrived in a situation that would have been hard for anyone just to survive. But really, it's just a conscious choice, you know, that they made. So I was really proud that he was willing to share his story. I think for so long, people have been telling the kids' stories for them, and they're finally old enough to speak up and say how they've been impacted and speak for themselves. So I was really proud of Ryder, you know, being the oldest and able to speak today. Proud of all of my kids because he represented kind of how they all are and how they all feel. So it was really special.
What do you think Andrew instilled in all of you that maybe enabled you to go on from such a terrible, terrible thing?
You know, Andrew, this kind of stuff wouldn't have been something he'd love, right? He didn't want to be on the camera. That's something that they've just kind of had to acclimate to because of what they've been through. But the confidence and the courage to do it was to their dad for sure. He was always following his passion, and so he died doing exactly what he loved. And I think that the kids know that they can be who they are. They can chase what it is that they love. Just the underlying message is that whatever they pick to do, we're going to do it to the best of our ability.
Notes for the kids. What do you guys remember anything about your dad? I know you were very little. You were 6 years old. What do you remember?
I have lots of memories of just him smiling. Good moments in the house when a specific memory of going up to wake him up because Mom had made breakfast, and just him genuinely happy, upset that I woke him up, but happy to see me.
Yeah.
All those moments where he was just smiling all the time.
What about sister? Do you remember anything about your dad?
I was only 4, so my most vivid memory is him just asking me to get him another Dr. Pepper.
Again, we have the class clown here. Juliann, we were talking about the strength that Andrew gave and the lessons that he taught, but you were left to carry on. How did you do it?
Well, our faith, I think, drives us, everything that we do. So I think if you have an underlying understanding of that this is not the end, then you can really start to pick up the pieces of, well, what are we going to do in the interim? You know, this doesn't have to be a period, but for now, what can we do in the interim? And I really felt like for Andrew to live life so fully, it would be a disservice for us to just roll over and stop living ours. And so we just, day by day, one step at a time, and the kids really are the ones that kept that afloat, because if I didn't have kids and could choose to just curl up in bed, maybe I would have, you know, but they deserve to have a life that their dad would have wanted them to have. And so we just did our best one day at a time, trying to instill in them what Andrew would have wanted and what we talked about for years anyway.
Ryder, one of the indelible images that we remember is you being walked to school by all of the firefighters. Do you remember that?
Not really. There was a lot of just crazy things happening at that time period, but all I remember is just the love in general, kind of bunching it all together, just the overflowing love from the fire department as a whole.
Do you love to hear stories about your dad from other people outside of your family?
Yeah, they're my favorite. He also had that class clown syndrome that Shiloh has as well, and there's never a story where I don't laugh at the end of it.
Yeah.
Now, do any of you guys want to be a firefighter someday? Is that something that you want to do? You do?
Yeah, I kind of do.
Yeah.
Kind of do.
How old are you?
11.
11.
All right, well, you can probably join next year.
I've thought about it, but not really anymore.
Yeah,
No.
and Shiloh, you?
Not really.
No.
Okay, all right.
So we've
Fair
got
enough.
one. We've got
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
to continue the
You know,
legacy.
What is it, if you lift the curtain a little bit about a firefighter, what makes a firefighter? What was it in Andrew's heart that made him want to do this?
You know, I think firefighters, they kind of always have that in them. They just know, oh, I have those tendencies and those qualities. And really, it's just about, do you want to serve other people more than yourself? Are you willing to give up some of the things that you would otherwise be selfish about and serve other people? And at that point, then they just love fire. They love the excitement and risk taking. But really, they have to be willing not to need the credit and the attention. And Andrew just loved to help people.
Well, it's so good to see you all doing so well.
You have a beautiful family.
You have a beautiful
You
family.
really
yes.
do, all of you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for coming by.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
And we will be right back after this break.